Hi, watching my channel Cloud Busted. So finally the TXT-2 is ready to go. I got it up and running. I got all the electronics in. So before I take it for a ride, I'll show you what I put in it. So I bought the Castle Creations Mamba Monster 2 motor ESC combo. It's a 2000 kV brushless motor, speed control, and it's good from I think like 2 to 6S. I'll probably run this on 3 just because I don't know how well the axles and transmission can handle anything more than 3S. And for the controller, I just went with the Tactic TTX-300. This is probably my favorite 3-channel radio. It's got the 3rd channel right there for the rear steering, makes it really easy to use. So I like that a lot. It's cheap and it works awesome, so you can't get better than that. So right there you can see the motor. It's a good sized motor. It's way bigger than the factory Tamiya motor. There's clearance issues under full suspension compression with the upper link. So I had an easy way to fix that. Let me show it to you. It's pretty cool. So if you look right here where these upper links mount to the axle housing, they come right on the top like that. It's just a ball and stud. They snap right on. And it raises it up pretty high. So I'll flip this around and show you the front, the way I modified it. I'll be modifying the rear same as the front. So for the front, to make clearance for the motor, I made this bracket right here out of aluminum. And it mounts the links on the side instead of at the top, so it gives it way more clearance for the motor. And it also makes for better suspension geometry. So now with the suspension fully compressed, there's just enough room between the motor and that upper link. So this is what the bracket I made looks like. And if you take a look right here and here, it's angled so that way the upper links, when they go on the side, they're straight on that ball stud. So that way they're not, if I just made this straight, the upper link would be crooked on it, so it would pop off pretty easily. So I wanted to do this build with all store-bought parts so that way someone could duplicate it if they wanted to. But I had to make these pieces, so if anybody has one of these trucks and wants something like that, let me know, because I'm actually building a mold so I can just stamp these things out in a press at my shop, and then I can make a bunch of them real fast. So the only other modification I really had to do was, because now that the upper links pop in the side of that bracket instead of the top, the upper links need to be shortened, or the lowers could be extended. And there's an easy way to extend those links. I did this in an earlier video. You could just take out the ends and put in spacers. That'll lengthen the links, give you a longer wheelbase. The problem with that is you can't go too far because the stock drive shaft doesn't have enough slip in it. The rear one was out of a Traxxas something. I don't know what it was. I just bought a shaft that fit in the ends. I believe they're 6mm, and I cut it and welded it in my shop, shortened it. So the longer wheelbase would be nice, but so I would have rather have lengthened the lowers, but like I said, because the drive shaft didn't have enough travel, I just shortened the uppers. I had to take about 5/16 off. I just cut it, and there was enough threads left to screw the links back on, so that's it. These trucks come stock with a 19 tooth pinion, 32 pitch. I switched it to an 18. The factory 19 tooth pinion didn't fit the motor shaft. It was too small. At first I tried to drill it out, but it weakened it too much. So I went with an 18, not really because of for gearing purposes, just because it fit better in there. It allowed the motor to bolt up a little bit better. This is so much bigger. If I was running the stock motors, because these tires are a lot taller than the factory tires, I definitely would have went probably with like a 15 or a 16 to make up for the gearing difference, but because this is a pretty substantial motor, I don't think it's going to be an issue.